Good evening, good evening. So while everybody has been distracted by Jamie Foxx and everything that else that's going on in distraction news, we've been missing our rights being stricken away right before our eyes. That when we come back. So welcome to another episode of Unabashedly Speaking with Mimi and Mashonda. I am Mashonda.
And I am Mimi.
And how have you been doing this week, Mimi?
I am doing well, love. How are you?
Girl, I've been doing good. Getting some nice sun. Look, the sun is nice and beautiful. It is hot over here in Florida. I don't know how it's going on in the rest of the country, but hey, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So
it's hot here too.
It is good, because I know sometimes it be cold up there when it be hot down here. Like, I don't know what y'all be doing, but
yes, it's always changing. It's always changing, but it's a cool breeze. But it's still warm though. It's very, very warm.
That's good. So, all right, we get so caught up, and people don't realize that this is really part of an agenda. They like to keep us distracted by what we like to call distraction news. They always want you to stay, paying attention to what's going on with celebrities and Hollywood and things like that. They distract you from other more important things that are going on in the world, like the fact that we are literally going back into the slave days and don't even know it. My neighbor the other day, she posed a good question. She said, why in the world isn't anybody talking about this Jim Crow law being reinstated? And Mississippi is the first state that's going to do it, but they're not the only states thinking about doing this, y'all. So why don't you explain to us what is going on, Mimi? Tell the people what's happening right now.
A hot mess. Okay, so Mississippi legislator passes the bill creating unelected court in Jackson, which is Jackson, Mississippi. So, on March 31st of this year, the Mississippi legislature passed a controversial bill that would create a separate unelected court over parts of Jackson, Mississippi, the state capital. So, House Bill 1020 would allow court personnel, including judges, prosecuting attorneys, to be appointed by white statewide officials, even though Black Mississippians make up more than 80% of Jackson's population. And it's like almost every Black member of the Mississippi legislature opposed the bill, and many of them spoke out against the proposal. The bill now goes to the desk of Governor Tate Reeves, Republican, for his signature. So basically, the law has gone into effect, and it's very sad because, like you said, it is setting us back. And it's crazy how they didn't even take the votes of the Black Mississippians into account. It's like their vote didn't even matter, and they're on the legislature. They didn't care. They wanted this bill to be passed, and this is not good. This does not work in our favor at all, because this means that a lot of people are going to be getting slaps on the wrist for killing us and doing things to us. And in turn, if we do it, we're going to be buried under the jail.
Yes.
And that's not right.
It is definitely not right. And there are people who have been online who are scared, they're terrified, they're crying, but they're not showing that. They're not pushing that in the social media. They're not pushing that in the news because they don't want people to know what's going on. They want to slowly take away our rights, and before we know it, we done lost rights and didn't even know it was happening because we were too busy paying attention to other things. There is a lot more going on in this country that you realize people think that we are living in a free and equal United States of America. That is not true. There are plenty of places in America that still practice segregation, that have that after dark law. You know about that, what is it called? Sundown law? Sundown law. There are sundown towns, okay? Florida, we got plenty of them, where if you are there after sundown, anything goes. So if as a melanated person, you better be out of that town by sundown, or you might end up hanging from a tree. There are plenty of places in the United States that are proudly known as sundown towns. And right. We not to mention the stuff that we are seeing right in front of our eyes, the genocide that is happening with the boys in blue, pretty much targeting melanated people, pretty much, like I said, genocide, taking us out. You know,
yep.
Y'all need to wake up. If y'all think that we live in a free country, if y'all think that we as melanated people are free, you think that slavery is over, it just has a new face. Okay?
That's right.
The lynch mobs might not be wearing sheets no more. They wearing a badge and a uniform now. Y'all... But we too busy, you know, on TikTok. We too busy on social media that we don't even see this stuff happening right before our eyes. And now they are putting it into effect to where it is law. It is legal for us to not have rights. And so what do these people do? Not everybody can afford to just pick up and move. You know, you would think that's the either. Well, shoot, I would move, but not everybody can do that. And it's very scary. It's very sad because, again, this is just the beginning. Thank you, Kiki. Hey, girl. Hey, thank you for tuning in. But this is just the beginning. Before we know it, it's going to be coming to a town near you. Let's put it that way.
That's right. So it's like, it's important. You know, people, they don't like to vote. They don't like to get involved into politics, which to each his own, but it's very important that you pay attention as to what's going on in your community.
Yes.
You may not want to vote for the president, but you need to pay attention to the laws that are being set in the state that you live in.
Yes.
Because, like you said, you get easily distracted with everything else, and you're not knowing what is going on. Like, you just, one day you're going to go somewhere, and then they're going to be like, oh, well, you can't come in here. You can be like, well, why not?
And
because
again,
laws can quickly change. It may be where, okay, well, no melanated people are allowed here or anything. It's just, I'm just using that for an example. So you have to pay attention to what's going on in your communities. You have to, because this is crazy.
And no, to touch and emphasize on what you said, look, I'll be the first one, okay? I was like that too. Look, I ain't gonna vote. I ain't gonna sit here, man, F the government. It's all you know, geared and regulated and tampered with, and you know, my word don't matter anyway, blah 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 blah. Look, we gotta do what we gotta do, y'all. You know, sometimes our votes do matter. I know that for the most part, if they want something to go in their favor, they gonna make sure it goes in their favor, but we have to do what we gotta do. Sometimes they are actually held accountable. They might be the right one in office that day to make sure the votes actually are adding up. There might be somebody on our side who is regulating the votes that day. We don't know. We have to try. So we can't, even though we are against the government when it comes to voting, when our rights and our law and our rights are being taken away right before our eyes, we can't sit there and be like, damn, the government did this. Damn, the government did that. Because then the first thing is like, well, were you there when it was time to vote? Did you vote?
Right.
That's my daddy told me that the other day. I was sitting here complaining about something, and he was like, yeah, people be complaining, but did they vote? What happened when the vote came up? You sitting here mad that the law has changed, but where were you when they were changing the law? So we have to do our part, even if you feel like it's all a show, it's all, you know, tampered with and things like that. We still have to do what we got to do, y'all, and fight for our rights and hold them accountable, because if they have it their way, we gonna go right back to slave times.
In a heartbeat. In a
Yes.
heartbeat. I'm trying to look up now and see the other states that the law may be coming to.
Kiki says the president is the least of our worries. Local government is the issue. Come Congress, Congress is a big issue. This is true. This is true.
Yes.
And I mean, right here, like our damn governor DeSantis in Florida is definitely causing us some big problems and trying to do some evil stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that is true. It doesn't even go as far as the presidency. We talking about right at home. Yes, you have to actually start, fighting to put the right people in office if there is a such thing. Then we got to do whatever we can, because ultimately, there's only so much we can do, but we got to at least fight and try. So,
try. That's all we can do.
What were you looking at?
Tell yourself not trying. You have to try. We may not succeed, and we may succeed. You never know. But if we don't try, we won't know.
Exactly.
Like, we have to try, because you think about it. The laws may not affect us, but there's generations to come behind us, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. The laws are going to affect them. So we have to start now putting in place the laws as much as we can. Like, as much as we can, we have to do something. We have to do something, because
stay versed, y'all.
Just think, we're not here, and these children aren't aware of what a Jim Crow law is, and other laws. You have to tell them now so they won't be surprised as to what's going on.
And you need to know what your rights are. You need to know what the laws are. There are so many things that are done to us because we don't even know what our own rights are. We think that they're allowed to do whatever they want because we don't know what they can do. You need to get the Black Law Dictionary, I think it's called, and you need to learn what your rights are. As a United States citizen, you need to know what your actual rights are. These people are doing things they're not even allowed to do. And a lot of times people can get out of situations if they just knew and said, you can't do that. I know my rights. But because you are ignorant, they going to let you be ignorant, and they going to just do whatever they want to do. So you also need to know what your rights are and know when your rights are being taken away. You guys got to start paying attention to what is going on.
Yeah, it's sad, because you would think that it's 2023, that the world will be moving forward, and it just seems like we are in reverse, going back 80 miles per hour.
And if y'all want to keep it 100, the fact that there are so many melanated people waking up and learning the truth about what we really are. See, they don't have religion to keep us enslaved anymore. We done came out of the church and got into spirituality. We know about our gifts now. We know about our power. So you think they're going to let us just be free, knowing how powerful we are, so we can eventually all come together and move mountains? No, they're going to start attacking us in other ways, because we are waking up. We are learning, y'all. We know what they have done to us. So they're not going to just let us be free. Why you think they're trying to kill us now? You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it real with ourselves. This is all a part of an agenda. They are not going to let us all come together. They are not going to let us awaken and take over, because realistically, if we all came together, we would rule the damn world. And there will be no weapon formed that will prosper against us melanated beings, us powerful beings. So it's going to be more and more being thrown our way, more and more of our rights taken away, more and more things. Before you know it, spirituality is going to be a damn against the law. Anybody practice anything spiritual, they gonna get arrested or killed. It's gonna go back to the days where they burning witches at the stake. Y'all need to really watch what's going on.
That's right. And it's like they're doing that now, because they may not be burning them, but as soon as they know that you have some type of gift or something, they automatically say, oh, she's crazy, he's crazy, oh, that's schizophrenia, oh, that's this, that's that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily that all the time. Like, people do travel, they do go back in dimensions, and they do all these things that people are unaware of because they don't understand and they're still sleeping. But
yes,
it's not necessarily a mental health issue. Because that's easier for them to say, it's easier for them to say, oh, that's a mental health thing. Oh, you have this. Oh, you have that. And it's like, no. And it's like, it's as far as like, even in schools, they'll be quick to label your child. Oh, your child has
ADHD, right? ADHD. Yep. They try to put my son on that stuff, on right. Them pills. I never let him get put on them pills. You ain't going to dumb my son down. No, nope. That's right. They try to put James on pills when he was like in the first grade. That is that they're bored. Their IQ level is so much higher than the pace that the teachers are teaching. So of course they're going to keep moving around. Of course they're going to be bored because they're smarter than them. Right.
So that's just another label, and I'm just using that for an example because that's what they're going to do. They're going to start labeling everybody with something because they don't want you to know that you are powerful, that you are intelligent. So it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn. It's books. Libraries aren't just there for just to be nice and quiet. They have books that you need to be reading, and if you can't find the book in the library, Google it. Because you need to know. It's no excuse as to why you don't know things.
Yes, Kiki, and you definitely should be proud. You definitely should be proud of being awake and being spiritual and knowing who you are, knowing your power. It is definitely a gift. And y'all think it's a coincidence that a lot of people who come up with like the one guy, okay. There was a guy who had developed a way for cars to run on water who happened to be in that shooting that happened at the grocery store in New York. Y'all be thinking that stuff is a coincidence? It was a young black man who had came up with a way for cars to run on water, and he just so happened to be one of the victims in a mass shooting. Y'all really be thinking this stuff is a coincidence? Yep. So a lot of these mass shootings and things like that be happening, best believe it's a possibility and more than likely that somebody who was a victim was somebody who was on their radar.
Right.
So y'all need to wake up to what's really going on and pay attention and stop getting distracted. Sure, it's cool to be, entertained. It's cool to pay attention to what's going on as long as you don't stop paying attention to what is really going on. And if you really start to see something really big blowing up in Hollywood, something so entertaining, best believe you need to start paying attention to what's quietly happening. Because they like to do that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, that's true. Have you noticed that we haven't heard any more about any UFO sightings anymore? Remember, they were shooting down different, objects in the sky, not telling us what the objects were. They just faded away.
Yeah, right?
We don't hear about that. You don't hear about that anymore.
All that stuff. Yes, nothing is a coincidence with these people. It's either a cover up or a tactic to, it sure is, Kiki. It sure is. They either covering something up or keeping you distracted. Definitely. Yeah. So every day we was hearing about UFOs, right? And all of a sudden we never found out what they were. We we just stopped hearing about them. Y'all don't,
and just disappeared. And I'm pretty sure they're probably still somewhere flying around,
or they figured out what the hell they were and it wasn't, what people thought it was, and so they ain't gonna tell us. We know what something's going on out there in the universe. Best believe we know something's going out there in the universe, and all of us spiritual people, we can feel it. We don't know exactly what it is, but we can feel it. We are being affected by it. It is messing with our emotions. It is messing with our moods. We are just all feeling off, all these spiritual beings. There is a spiritual warfare going on, and these people know about it. But that's okay, because us spiritual beings, we gonna be on top.
That's right.
You didn't notice until she said it. What happened? The green people still there, honey. The green people are still there. It's all you got like 3 different kind of aliens out there right now. So are the grays and the stuff like that, the reptilians, and then the people like us. we are a different kind of alien being, like the people who lived in Atlantis and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but we just, we want to keep this one short tonight. We did come in late, and we do gotta go because my girl got something to do. But we had to come in and address this situation because nobody is. So we appreciate. Thank you, Kiki, for coming in and talking to us on the live. We appreciate you. Make sure.
Yes, thank you, Kiki.
Make sure you come back next time. But we're gonna be back Saturday for our regular podcast. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and go on and tell them what they gotta do, Mimi.
Let me tell y'all something. We know y'all watching us, right? So we can see everything. We see all the views and everything. So while you're scrolling, push the button. Push the button. Like, comment, subscribe, or don't comment. But please press the button. We need you to subscribe to all of our channels. We need you to go on there and like everything while you're reading it. Like it, because you still have to scroll to get all the info. So just go ahead and just click on it. Y'all stop playing with us. But no, but we appreciate each and every one of you, and we are thankful for your views. But yes, we would love if you would actually press the button. That would be even more great.
And we would even love to have you guys as a guest. Yes. Our email is right there. If you got something you want to talk about, something you want us to talk about, or if you want to come on and talk about it with us, feel free to email us. We're gonna make sure you ain't crazy, and then we gonna we can't have you just coming on here and getting us banned. We got in trouble one time already, and we still trying to get out of being shadow banned. Okay, so we can't. But we would love to have you as a guest on the podcast.
But yes, and not just women, males too, So y'all are more than welcome to join us as well. I mean, I know it's a lot of topics out here in the world, so
let me just put this out there. Look, we are melanated people, so we talk about melanated people, but by no means do we discriminate against any race. We would love to have any and all races come on here, so don't get discouraged when we putting up our black power fist. Okay, we love everybody, and we would like to hear from everybody. It just so happens there is a lot going on in our communities that we need to talk about, but we want to hear from everybody, and we love everybody, and we are not just for our own people. We are for everybody, of course. So please do not think that.
And also, don't forget that this month is still Mental Health Awareness Month. Check on your mental. And also, it is also Asian Heritage Month, right?
Okay. I didn't even know that.
So, yeah. So, come on and talk about it. Teach us some new things. We're always here to learn.
I should have my son come on the show because he is all things Japanese. He knows Japanese. He can write Japanese. He can talk Japanese. He knows the whole culture. And he's just been so fascinated with the culture since he was young. And at this point, he knows all things Japanese. Now, okay, Japanese does not make up all of Asia. Okay, I do know that. But I'm just saying.
Right. So let me correct what I just said. It's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And it goes from May the 1st to May 31st. So it's not just Asian, it's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Okay.
So yes. So we're gonna learn something. We're gonna put up some artifacts and speak on that on Saturday.
Yes, and we will definitely be talking about mental health and mental health awareness and have some resources for you guys because a lot of people is dealing with it, y'all. A lot of people.
Yes. So we want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you, Kiki.
Thank you, Kiki.
And thank you, everyone else. And remember, be kind, be loving, be respectful, be mindful. You never know what the next person is going through. So don't be mean and unkind to people. You're going to have your moments. I'm not saying every day you're going to be happy and peachy and rosy. No. Some days it's going to be mud pies and cobwebs. But that doesn't mean mean you have to go out here and be nasty to someone else because of what you're going through. So just be mindful of that. And to my eldest son, this is for you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I don't want you to think that I don't love you, but I love you. I love all of you. And I love you so much. And it's okay. You can be a little upset with me, but it is fine. It's fine. I still love you.
I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you your mama loves you because she talks about all her babies all the time, every single one of y'all. And believe me, she goes hard for y'all. Y'all are all that matters to this woman. She will give you her last dying breath, okay? She will do whatever she has to do for you guys. And you guys are on her mind from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to sleep. All right?
Yes.
So best believe your mama loves you, okay? I can attest to the love that this woman has for you guys, okay? And I love my babies too. Don't get it twisted, okay? I love my babies equally as hard, but
yes. And it's just something about, it's really something about a mother's love. I mean, it really truly is. I'm not speaking, ill against fathers when we're talking about mothers right now, but it is. It's nothing like a mother's love. Nothing. No mother is ever going to be perfect. No human being, period, is going to be perfect. But us as mothers, we will fight till we have no more fight in us. So, all of our babies, we pray for protection over all of you, and we love all of you, and we're always here to support all of you. But with that being said, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Be safe, and please, please, please pay attention to your surroundings. Please.
All the time.
And for the crazies that's out there, put the damn guns down, please. Because we're tired of looking at the news and every day you turn around, somebody's baby is in the morgue. Like, enough is enough.
Stay alert, stay alive, and everywhere you go, always know every entrance and exit point there is, all right? Don't just pay attention to the one you came through. Best believe there's about 2-3 other ones, all right, y'all? Always know how to get in and out of a situation.
That's right. That's right. So you all be safe and have a good night.
Good night.